Pain is part of the process. Everyone loves the success story. The spotlight, the applause, the wins, but what they never show you is the pain. The late nights when your heart is breaking. The mornings when you can't breathe from the weight. The silence when nobody claps for you. No praise, no validation. Just you and your demons. That's the chapter they skip. Because pain doesn't look good on camera. Pain doesn't sell courses. Pain doesn't trend. But here's the truth. Pain is part of the process. You don't get stronger without it. You don't grow without it. You don't become who you were born to be without walking through hell first. The pain? That's the fire that forges you. And the ones who run from it, they never become anything more than a dreamer. But you were built for more. You're still here for a reason. So don't curse the pain. Use it. You said you wanted to be great. You said you wanted freedom. You said you wanted to build something they'll never forget. But what did you think that would cost? A discount? A shortcut? A cheat code? No. Greatness doesn't come with coupons. It comes with scars. Every tear you cried, part of the blueprint. Every door slammed in your face, a chapter in your story. Every sleepless night, every failure, every betrayal. It's not punishment. It's preparation. Because you can't carry the weight of success until you've carried the weight of pain. You have to be broken to become unbreakable. You have to lose before you learn how to win. You said you wanted to be chosen? Then act like it. This is your process, and pain is the price. There will come a moment, a night where you want to quit, where nothing makes sense anymore, where your strength runs out, and your soul feels like it's shattering. That's the breaking point, and that's the most important moment of your life, because that's where people are made, or destroyed. Most fold. They go back to comfort, back to average, back to the noise that kept them small. But the rare few, the dangerous ones, they rise from that place. Not because they feel strong, but because they refuse to stay down. They scream with broken voices. They fight with shattered hands. They walk through fire with tears in their eyes. And every step they take builds a version of them the world has never seen. That's you. That's who you're becoming. But you won't meet that version without walking through pain. So don't stop here. You're closer than you think. You think people will clap for your pain? They won't. They don't care how hard it gets. They only care what you produce. You will build in silence. You will suffer in shadows. You will work while they laugh, sleep, and doubt. And every lonely night you survive becomes the foundation of your empire. You think the greats had it easy? They were dragged through the dirt, mocked, rejected, forgotten. But they kept going. Because pain didn't scare them. Mediocrity did. The fear of becoming what you were never meant to be. The fear of looking in the mirror one day and realizing you quit too soon. So stay in the fight, even when your hands shake, even when your heart aches, because it's in the dark, in the lonely trenches of pain, that greatness is carved. Read this carefully. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not luck. Only you. The pain you feel, that's the cost of building a life on your own terms. The struggle, that's the fire burning away the weakness. You have two choices. 1, numb it. Escape it. Stay the same. 2, face it. Feel it. Use it. You're not just chasing a dream. You're becoming a weapon, a beast forged in silence. Let them doubt you. Let them count you out. You're not here to prove them wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. So when it hurts, dig deeper. When it breaks you, rise stronger. Because this isn't the end. It's just the part of the process where the world finds out who you really are. Growth doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel inspiring. It feels like being ripped apart. It feels like isolation. It feels like failure. It feels like pain. But you want to grow, right? Then understand this. Every new level of you requires the death of the old one. The weak version. The lazy version. The one who made excuses. He has to go. You will outgrow people. You will outgrow habits. You will outgrow identities you once wore like armor. And yes, it will hurt. You'll grieve the old you. You'll doubt the new one. But pain is how we evolve. It's how we stretch beyond comfort and into purpose. No one talks about the cost. They sell you dreams, but they hide the receipt. Here's the truth. Everything you want will cost you. Your time, your pride, your comfort. But what you get in return is power, freedom, peace. Not because life gets easier, but because you get harder to break. So if you're hurting right now, If you're in the thick of it, good. It means you're changing. Don't back down. Don't numb it. Don't run. Lean in. This is the process. And pain is just the fee for transformation. Comfort feels good, but it will kill you slowly. You weren't built to coast. You weren't designed to sleepwalk through life. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you shrink. You say no to your potential. You say yes to regret. People don't fail because they tried and lost. They fail because they never tried at all. Because they got too damn comfortable. They tell themselves, I'll start next week. I'll wait for the right time. I'm not ready. But deep down, they're scared of the pain, scared of rejection, scared of effort without guarantee. But that fear, that's the signal, the sign you're on the right path. Because the path that forces you to grow will always be uncomfortable, always be painful, always be lonely, but it's the only one worth walking. So today, make a choice. Stay safe, stay stuck, stay small, or walk into the fire. And yeah, it'll burn, but every step through that fire will melt away the lies you were told. The lies that say you're not good enough. The lies that say you'll never make it. Comfort is a cage. Pain is the key. And growth? That's the door. Kick it open. You might feel broken right now. You might feel lost, exhausted, alone. But let me remind you, you can be broken and still be building. Every legend you admire was built in ruins, not in luxury, not in peace, in pressure. That's where warriors are made. In the chaos, in the storm, in the silence of suffering. You're not behind. You're not cursed. You're being tested. And if you survive this, you'll never go back to who you used to be. Because pain changes you. Pain elevates you. Pain separates the committed from the curious. Most people talk. They dream. They plan. You're doing the hard part. You're enduring. You're holding on when everything says let go. You're waking up when your soul wants to sleep. That's not weakness. That's power. You may be on your knees right now, but you're not done. You're not finished. You're not broken beyond repair. You're just in the middle of the making. So breathe. No one sees the battle you're fighting. No one hears the voices you silence. No one feels the weight you carry. And that's what makes you dangerous. Because the most powerful people don't beg for attention. They bleed in silence. They suffer, then show up anyway. They get hit, then hit back harder. You don't post your pain. You process it. You don't need a crowd. You need conviction. The world celebrates loud success. But the loudest victories come from the quietest warriors. Right now, you might feel like no one gets it. No one sees the effort. No one understands what it's costing you. That's okay. They're not supposed to. Because when the time comes, your results will make the noise. But until then, keep fighting the quiet battle. Keep showing up. Keep grinding. And when it hurts, remember, pain is the proof you're still in the fight. And the ones who keep swinging in silence, they're the ones who rise with fire in their eyes. Here's the truth most run from. You're going to feel pain either way. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of effort or the pain of excuses. You get to choose. Stay the same. You'll feel the pain of watching your dreams fade. You'll feel the pain of seeing others do what you were too scared to try. But if you choose the grind, if you choose discomfort, sacrifice, early mornings and lonely nights, you'll feel a different kind of pain. But that pain builds. It forges strength. It sharpens your mind. It clears your path. There are no pain-free options, only ones that pay off, and ones that trap you forever. So when it hurts, when it gets hard, when you want to quit, ask yourself, which pain do you want to live with? Because the pain of the process will pass, but the pain of quitting will haunt you forever. They told you to chase your dreams, but they didn't warn you about the nights you'd cry yourself to sleep. The isolation, the fear, the inner voice whispering, maybe I'm not built for this. They didn't tell you success comes dressed as suffering. That behind every win is a war you'll have to fight alone. No applause, no shortcuts, just sweat, sacrifice, and silence. They sell you the highlight reel. But the real story? It's written in your breakdowns, in the moments you fall apart and rebuild from nothing. They won't show you the pain. But that pain is real. That pain is necessary. Because transformation doesn't come with comfort. It comes with tearing down who you were, to become who you were always meant to be. So if it's hard, good. If you're tired, good. It means you're in the fire. And the fire is where greatness is forged. Don't ask why it hurts. Ask what it's making you. Because this pain, it has a purpose. Page 12, keep going, anyway. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always feel ready. Some days getting out of bed will feel like war. But here's the secret. Winners don't wait to feel right. They move anyway. They show up anyway. Because consistency beats mood. Because commitment beats comfort. Because every excuse you make today is a thief stealing from your future. Pain will scream, stop. But your discipline? It needs to whisper, keep going. You'll doubt yourself. You'll question the journey. You'll wonder if it's worth it. But do it anyway. You'll fail. You'll fall. You'll feel like quitting. But do it anyway. Because the ones who win aren't the ones who felt good every day. They're the ones who refused to stop. The ones who walked through storms, while everyone else waited for perfect weather. So today, don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't wish it was easier. Just move. Even if you're crawling, shaking, or crying. Keep going. Anyway, the world doesn't owe you understanding. It doesn't owe you comfort. It doesn't owe you success. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you demand. Through discipline. Through action. Through relentless effort. No one's coming to rescue you. No one's coming to hand you a map. You are the builder. You are the rescuer. You are the architect of this life. So stop waiting for someone to see your pain. Stop begging for permission to rise. Get up. Because if you're breathing, you still have time. And if you're hurting, you still have a reason. Every excuse you hold on to is a chain around your neck. Let it go. Let the pain crack you open. Let the rejection fuel you. You've got one shot, one story to write, one life to live. Don't waste it waiting. Don't waste it whining. Don't waste it thinking someone will save you. Save yourself. Because the world doesn't owe you, but you owe yourself everything. They want you soft, distracted, comfortable. But you're choosing pain because you know comfort doesn't lead to freedom. Discomfort does. You don't need to be liked. You need to be disciplined. You don't need permission. You need purpose. Every workout, every sleepless night, every painful sacrifice is sharpening your edge, and every time you show up when it hurts, you become more dangerous. Not dangerous in violence, dangerous in silence. In focus, in purpose. You walk differently when you've survived the fire. You move differently when pain becomes normal. They won't understand your drive. They'll call it too much. They'll say you've changed. Good. You were never meant to stay the same. Because comfort breeds weakness. Pain breeds power. Stay uncomfortable. Stay sharp. Stay dangerous. There comes a moment, a shift, where going back is no longer an option. You've tasted what it means to suffer for growth. You've walked through pain and realized you're still standing. That's your edge now. You've crossed the line, and there is no turning back. The old life doesn't fit you anymore. The old habits, they disgust you now. You've seen too much, felt too much, lost too much, and in that loss, you found clarity. This version of you was built in pain, molded in silence, refined through fire, so you don't need motivation anymore. You don't need applause. You don't even need hope. You've got one thing, conviction, and conviction will carry you through the darkest nights. This is the point of no return, where pain becomes purpose, where fire becomes focus, where you stop surviving and start dominating. So don't look back. Don't slow down. Don't second guess. This is your time. And pain? That's just proof that you're alive and still becoming. Most people run from pain. They medicate it, numb it, hide it, but not you. You lean into it because you've learned what it's really doing. It's forging you. Pain is the forge, and you are the blade. Every failure, another strike. Every betrayal, another flame. Every lonely night, another hour in the fire. And slowly, you're becoming unbreakable. It's not easy. You'll question everything. You'll scream into the void, asking, why me? But if you're in pain, it means you're in progress. It means the process is working. Because the ones who rise the highest, they're not the ones who avoided suffering. They're the ones who walked through hell and kept going. So stop running. Let the fire mold you. Let the pain chisel you. You don't need to be saved. You need to be shaped. And pain is the sculptor. You want the truth? Look in the mirror. That's your enemy. That's your ally. The man in the mirror knows every excuse. Every time you hit snooze. Every time you skip the work. Every time you chose comfort over commitment. You can lie to the world, but you can't lie to him. He knows what you're capable of. He knows the pain you avoid. He knows the empire you're afraid to build. And every morning he's watching, waiting to see what version of you shows up. Will it be the man who hides from responsibility, or the beast who says, not today? I'm not quitting today. This journey? It's personal. Because at the end of the day, no coaches, no cheerleaders, just you versus you. And the only way forward is to face that mirror, own your reflection, and make the decision. I don't quit. I don't break. I build. This road, it's lonely. You'll lose friends. You'll be misunderstood. You'll be mocked for caring too much. They won't get it. They'll say you're obsessed. They'll say you've changed. Good. You were supposed to. Growth is a one-man mission, and pain is the only companion that never leaves. But while they party, you're planning. While they're scrolling, you're building. Alone. And yeah, it hurts. Some nights you'll feel invisible. Some mornings, it will feel like no one's watching. But you're not doing this for applause. You're doing it for legacy. So get used to walking alone. Get used to the silence. Because silence is where greatness is born. When the lights are off. When no one claps. When it's just you and the work. Remember, wolves don't run with sheep. And lions don't need permission to roar. Walk alone. Build alone. Win alone. And when the time comes, they'll all act like they believed in you from the start. Pressure was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. Diamonds don't form in peace. Steel doesn't harden without fire. And leaders? They don't rise without weight on their shoulders. Pressure reveals who's real. It separates the committed from the comfortable, the chosen from the casual. When life puts its foot on your neck, you've got two choices. Fold or fight back. Let pressure make you ruthless. Let stress make you savage. Let adversity turn your discipline into something undeniable. You're not weak. You're just being tested. You don't need to escape pressure. You need to master it. And when you do, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. Every setback becomes leverage. Every challenge becomes fuel. So carry that weight. Stand up straight and smile under the pressure because you're not breaking. You're becoming. Let go of the fantasy. There is no final destination. No moment where the pain stops. No day where it all gets easy. This life, it's earned daily. Every morning you start from zero. Every night you ask, did I move forward or did I fold? And that's the beauty of it. The process doesn't reward talent. It rewards grit. It rewards the man who shows up after failure. Again, success doesn't come with a ribbon. It comes with relentlessness. You want to be great? Then stop looking for the finish line. There isn't one. There's only the next rep, the next move, the next hour of deep, painful work that no one will ever see. And when you learn to love that, you become unstoppable. Because you don't just chase results. You chase the beast within you. And every time you embrace pain, you get closer to him. Keep going. Not until you're tired. Not until it's hard. Keep going. Until you become unrecognizable. You're tired. You're broke. You're drained. You're overwhelmed. So what? You think the world cares? You think success gives a damn about your feelings? You think greatness pauses because you're going through it? No. This world doesn't reward the weak. It buries them. It doesn't wait for you to feel better. It moves on. And if you don't catch up, it leaves you behind. So cry if you must. Scream into the pillow, fall down, break. But when you're done, get up, wipe your face, fix your posture, and get back to work. Because no one is coming to save you. There are no fairy tales, just brutal hours, silent effort, and consistent pain. But if you endure it, if you work while everyone else waits for a miracle, you become unstoppable. Let them rest. Let them make excuses. You're on a mission. No one cares. Work harder. You want results? Make it hurt. Not once, every day. Because growth is ugly, discipline is painful, and greatness never arrives gently. You're not supposed to feel motivated. You're supposed to feel exhausted. You're supposed to feel rejected. You're supposed to feel insane. That's how you know it's working. The pain, it's not a warning sign. It's a signal. It's telling you, you're finally in the right place. You've stepped out of comfort. You've entered the fire, so stay there. Stop looking for hacks. Stop begging for shortcuts. You want strength? You earn it by surviving what others avoid. And the more it hurts, the more you're growing. So wake up early. Do the extra reps. Take the risks. Swallow the fear. And say it with your chest. Let's get this straight. You will not feel like it. Not every day. Not even most days. You'll want to sleep in. You'll want to take the easy route. You'll want to say maybe tomorrow. But winners don't wait for want. They show up because they made a vow. A vow to get better. A vow to get stronger. A vow to do what the average man won't. And that vow, it gets tested in the trenches. On the mornings where motivation is dead. On the nights where your soul feels numb. That's where champions are made. So no, you won't feel like it. But you'll still grind, still sacrifice, still bleed. Because you made a promise. And you don't break promises to yourself. Pain is part of the process. But so is doing it when it makes zero sense. So is grinding when no one's clapping. And if you can do that, you're already different. You're already dangerous. Pain is part of the process. But stop using it as an identity. Some of you are addicted to the struggle. You wear pain like a badge. You brag about your suffering, but never do anything with it. That's not power. That's bondage. Pain is not your home. It's your training ground. It's where you learn, where you fall, where you sharpen your claws. But you're not supposed to stay there forever. Eventually, you rise, you evolve, you become something else. So stop posting about the grind and start showing results. Stop crying for applause and start stacking wins. The pain was the teacher, but now it's time for action. Real action. It cares what you did with it. So get out of your head, get out of your pity, and get to work. Pain was part of the process, not the goal. Look at your scars. That's your resume. That's your story. That's your proof. Every wound you took, you survived it. Every hit you took, you stood back up. That scar on your heart, that one on your past, they're not weaknesses. They're your credentials. They say, I've been through the fire, and I didn't burn. I've fallen, and I kept fighting. I've been broken, but I never quit. Scars don't make you soft. They make you dangerous. Because once you've walked through pain, you stop fearing it. Once you've bled for your dream, you stop negotiating with it. And that's what makes you powerful, not your perfection, but your resilience. So wear your scars with pride, not as a victim, but as a warrior. Because pain wasn't the end of your story. It was the proof you were born to write one. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in chaos, in pressure, in fear. That anxiety you feel right now, that's your edge. That's your doorway to evolution. Stop running from it. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. You're supposed to feel uncertain. That's how you know you're becoming someone new. Comfort is the killer. It whispers, take a break. Sleep in. You've done enough. But you haven't. Not even close. Every time you shrink from discomfort, you delay your breakthrough, so sit in the pain. Breathe in the fear. Lean into the discomfort. Let it mold you. Because the moment you stop needing life to be easy, you become unstoppable. Comfort is for cowards. You're built for war. Let's tell the truth. Most people don't finish. They start strong. Then life punches them in the mouth. And they fold. They blame the economy. They blame their boss. They blame God. But here's what they won't do. Own the fight. They won't stay when it hurts. They won't rise when it's dark. They won't bet on themselves when the crowd disappears. That's why most people quit. Because quitting is comfortable, safe, acceptable. But not for you. You didn't come this far to fall like the rest. You didn't crawl through pain just to give up at the door. You made a decision, a vow, to get through it, to keep going, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Most people quit. You won't. There will be days you feel hollow, worn out, cracked open. Good. Build from that place. Because pain doesn't mean you stop. It means you dig deeper. You don't wait until you're healed. You don't pause until it's easy. You build while you're broken. You grind through the tears. You hustle through heartbreak. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. Dreamers wait to feel ready. Doers create readiness through action. You may be shattered, but you're still breathing. And if you're breathing, you can build. So stop waiting to feel whole. You'll never be.